What are the best NSFW life hacks?
If you are almost finished but you want to last longer, ask to change position. Those seconds can be really helpful.
I find counting in your head to see as far as you can take it. 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. Once you start getting into the thousands, it really does help.
Wash your hands and don't eat something spicy beforehand.
Don't know how to dirty talk? It can mostly be broken down into a conversation with your partner about how dirty the talk, and question, you like that? Confess, comment, I like it when you do it like that. Command, yeah, do it like that.
This really should seem obvious, but do personal hygiene before Bro, it's dark outside, and you haven't brushed your teeth since it was last dark outside, and your mouth probably smells like lunch.
You can scrub the enamel off of your teeth, but if you don't floss, your breath is still rancid. This is not a situational thing, it's an every single time you don't floss thing. Nothing's a bigger turn off for me than kissing a non-flosser and tasting Colgate and rotten food particles.
Ask what your partner likes instead of just guessing. Saves a lot of time.
Leave her a way out. I don't know can be. She literally doesn't know, just try out with her then. She likes it, but she is afraid of being judged by you or some invisible social pressure. Make sure she knows she is in a safe space and you would never tell anyone about it, and mean it. Then proceed at trying things out. Watch for her reactions. If you're unsure, ask. Might be a bit unhappy in the beginning, but it's usually worth the investment right afterwards, winky face.
The biggest complaint I've heard from women is that most guys are too quiet.
I don't think guys realize how amazing it is when they moan. Auditory stimulation is very powerful. Whenever I heard a guy moan, it, no joke, gives me a second heartbeat, ha ha ha.
Be really direct, blunt, honest on dates, in dating profiles about your general likes, wants, needs, dislikes and preferences, even and especially if niche. Get rejected by the majority quickly, which is good as that never would have worked anyway. Find those who really want what you naturally are. Use your authentic self as a filtering system. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy being loved for being who you are.
If you want to go down on your girl, kiss from her breasts to her belly button. If you get the sense things are not quite fresh, you can kiss your way back up. Be warned, if you kiss past the belly button, it's too late, you're committed.
During a date with someone, if things seem to be going well and you anticipate going home together and have a conversation, fears, desires, and boundaries. Discuss any fears you may have about the encounter. For example, I just went through a breakup, and I am afraid of intimacy, or my place is a mess, or my roommate is home and they are an asshole. Discuss any desires you may have. This can be anything from making out to, and everything in between. Discuss your boundaries. Super pro tip, for men, setting a boundary against on the first date is just about one of the coolest things you can possibly do. Once you have this conversation, both people can relax, knowing what to expect. For the woman, it allows them to feel much safer and to be able to relax and surrender more. Typically there is a tension in the air because we are not sure where the boundary is and we are not sure what is or is not okay to do. So we either go for it anyway and hope it goes over well, or we ask for consent incrementally. This conversation eliminates that tension.
Pillow under her butt during missionary helps line everything up.
When someone moves their hips towards you, they like what you're doing. If someone is close to an orgasm and says just like that, keep doing exactly that. Same motion, speed, rhythm, etc.
I hate it when I'm this close, and it doesn't happen too often, lol, and he is then so proud of his work that he does it and tries to put all of his tricks into it, and I just lose it, and I know it won't come back, but now he's too happy, so I'll have to finish him instead, even though he always finish no matter what. Life/love isn't fair.
When you really need to take a dump but there's no toilet around, try to get a boner. That will shut down the poop mechanism.
This works unless it's too late and you gotta find a toilet ASAP. I found blasting cold air also works for a bit. If I am running late to work and gotta poop, if it is cold out, I'll roll the windows down and usually forget I have to poop because I am so cold. Works for a good 10 to 15 minutes.
If your employer tells you to do something you know is unsafe and you can't get out of it, make them put it in writing so they can't blame you for it when something goes wrong.
This kept happening at my job. It's retail, so you'd think there's nothing that could get too dangerous. I had to do a floor set, so like redoing the decorations and layout in the store at like 5 a.m. one day. Only thing is, part of our storefront has a loft that you have to get a ladder for and climb into. Now, I'm well aware that when you go into an attic, you stay on the beams. Well, in this loft at my job, there was one beam in the center and you literally couldn't maneuver because there was so much space on both sides. So, I assume I must be able to step on the non-beam areas because there was literally no way to do anything up there otherwise. Also, the company would send videos of how they wanted it done. And I even went back that morning to check the videos and they too had about 3 people up there stepping wherever. So, I'm like, great, just go up and get it done. The second I put weight on the non-beam area, my legs flew through. I was about 12 feet in the air and before I fell all the way through I grabbed the center beam and stopped myself. My legs dangled through the bottom and it was super hard and scary to get out. I understand that 12 feet isn't super high, but I've seen enough videos of freak to know I don't want a neck/back/head injury. I also have 2 kids who I'd like to enjoy life with. Anyway, my manager said no one had to go back up there because it wasn't safe. But the higher up people will not stop. They wanted that shit done no matter what. And I told them that's fine, but it won't be me. Some people tried to give me for it, but I just said if they thought it was simple or easy that they were more than welcome to prove me wrong. No one ever went up there. Strange considering it was so easy. But yeah, I wasn't getting hurt for them. But I did make it clear that it wasn't safe in writing and pictures. My team was good, so I wanted proof for anyone else that may be sent up there to get hurt. Off topic, but they also just cut my last check before Christmas because they made a mistake back in November and paid me too much. So they just didn't say anything and I didn't get a check, literally the last one I have for Christmas. So yeah, they, despite being a Christian company.
If you are in a place where you cannot fart, first time at in-laws, etc., go to the restrooms and apply tissues on your butt. Put enough force that it will prevent the noise, but not too much. Takes practice, but you can silence anything.
If you love super hot showers, get a minute cold shower right before you get it out. This will close your pores and stop that annoying warm and sweaty feeling you get off your just get straight out from a very long and hot shower. It also has thermal therapy health benefits. I know that's not very NSFW other than the fact you have to picture someone naked, lol. But thought it might help someone. I love this trick.
Ladies, gay men. When flirting with guys, it's not like you see in the movies. Be smooth, but also obvious and blunt. We appreciate that. Most of us don't have enough experience to understand the smell of subtle hints you see TV, the movies, etc. Guys appreciate ergonomic zones as much as anyone else. Neck, belly, can be avoided if too hairy. Ladies, wrists, pelvis, inner, thighs, and back of the knees are all very pleasurable to be touched, kissed. Also great for both building anticipation and relieving stress if your partner is nervous.
Opening yourself up, not literally, to and investing in a bidet is a good way to increase your quality of life. A lot of people I have talked to about bidets that have never used one before are grossed out by the thought of water hitting their box and say they would never try it. I was once a non-believer myself, but now I feel weird when I'm away from home and have to use a public bidetless toilet. I mean, who doesn't like having a clean butt? Bidets are also great for controlling that unwanted swamp.
Learn to lie effectively. This mostly relates to work and HR policies. If being 2 minutes late is the same punishment as taking an unscheduled day off, then take the day off and call in sick. Learning to game the system set up by idiots is a very important job skill. If you have medical coverage, get a doctor's note. You can't get a write-up if it is medically related. It's worth an hour of your time if it saves your job. Make sure you read your HR handbook, study it, and use it against them. HR exists to protect the company, not the employee. They are the enemy. You must know the rules they play by in order to win. Know OSHA and BOLI laws. Don't be afraid to bring in copies of state laws relating to time and hours if they f with your paycheck in any way, and report the company if they do so.